Yes, agree. Clinic company, not SaaS. The SaaS supports the clinic company.
But ultimately, we would like it to be a platform that others use. Yeah.
So, how do you see that?
Well, let's make sure we're talking about the same things. There's the like OpReady has the pre-op. Um, really, there's like four things. Uh, so I have one thing that I created is that just the interval throwing program, which I think if
Right.
we polished, that could be an app like tomorrow that would
Yes.
people would buy. Um, OpReady pre-op is that is the program meant to support the clinic. The recovery blueprint, I think, as a platform. Um, well, and I guess that's going into your next question. Like, is there overlap? Are they two separate things? Are they the continuance of one thing? It's it's probably it's probably one thing.
Op ready and then the recovery blueprint. But
Um,
then,
I think they're separate things actually. And I think OpReady is the clinic company, and I think Recovery Blueprint is SaaS.
okay.
Do you need me? Okay. Okay. I need a few minutes. Okay. So that's so
Okay, so let's go backwards and come forward again. Okay. So there's the throwing program. That's
yeah.
a whole SaaS platform on its own that's separate for recovery for athletes who throw
That's a
balls.
very specific
Right. Okay, so that's
that
one
addresses
thing.
a very specific issue.
Correct. Um, and I'm doing a lot of this for the recording too, so that we have it split correctly
Okay.
as AI thinks about it. So that's
Yeah.
one. Then OpReady is the clinic. Now, it's the clinic program, and there's a SaaS component to running the clinic program,
Yeah.
but they
Yes.
are tied together. They never separate.
Yeah.
And then the recovery blueprint is an entire platform
Yes.
that after OpReady or after surgery, someone can subscribe to.
Correct.
So it is a continuation, but it's a continuation, but they are separate.
Yes.
And for OpReady patients, it probably will look seamless and feel seamless. Whereas for non-op-ready patients, it would be that all they would know is the recovery piece.
Correct. Because how I see it is I don't want to hand people the thing that can make Operaty good, their own version of it, but the blueprint is the thing that, yes, it could be a unique offering of our clinic, but it can be individual enough that other people can use their own version, and it expands our opportunity to benefit from servicing many, many, many more people.
Correct. Okay. So as we've talked about this in the past, the there isn't a ton of customization on the op ready side
Right.
for the doctor, but there will be more
Yeah, they can
customization.
have their preferences, but ultimately, like we're gonna curate things so that it's better than what they could offer anyway.
Right. So it's almost like a 90-95% solution that you have a 5% customization opportunity for.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Whereas on the recovery blueprint side, now they get to have a little bit more say in terms of the protocols, the products or
Okay.
to their patients.
Say that one more time.
On the blueprint side, recovery blueprint,
Yeah.
they have a little bit more control over the protocols and the products that are sold to their patients.
Yes.
So that might be more of a 60-40, 70-30.
Yeah, maybe even 80-20. Like I think
80-20,
if
okay.
we may curate something to be better than what they have, but we'll leave room for people to have their own uh kind of inputs to customize to
So,
their preferences.
yeah, I
There's just
think
so
that's
much
really,
more stuff. I think there's more opportunity to say, okay, we're not necessarily gonna build all of this, but we have the we have the platform for you to input your preferences, and now it can live there instead of all over the place as it does now.
so fundamentally, I think that's a better idea. Um, I'm looking at what we're going through right now. So we, a month and a half ago, released the RX Growth Hub for the pharmacy industry
Yeah.
that helps them market a certain set of products to the world. And
Yeah.
the biggest thing that we've gotten back is how do we add our own products? And that's that 20%,
Yeah.
right? Um, and it also can be the type of thing where it's not necessarily a version one. Maybe it's version 2 or 3 when you can add your products, type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That answers some of the questions on the list, so forgive me because I can't see the list. If you can help me out,
Yeah,
I think.
I'm jotting the notes also so that it's documented. Okay, marketplace is equals one catalog, surgeon curated, platform wide, high performers stay visible regardless. I don't I don't know what that means.
It's basically what we just said. So,
What
and
is high performers stay visible?
so in other words, if there are high performing products that we want to push, they
Oh,
all they win.
yeah, got it. Okay, yeah.
So our 80% always wins.
Yeah, primary care. This is not I'm on primary care. This isn't primary care. Uh there's a path to continue through another channel or back with their preferred doc, but isn't native native to OpReady. Doesn't live within OpReady. So bottleneck is adherence, not information assembly. Is that for patient or doctor? Patient, right? Tier 2 is the closed target. Tier 4 is the anchor. Yes. National booths are out. Um, I don't know if it's
Marketing
out,
perspective.
you know? Like I could see this at um Ortho Summit and AAOS, and I think
Now,
it's
let's be clear. Are you seeing um, the recovery blueprint or op ready?
op ready.
Interesting. I would have
I
thought you
don't
would have
think
seen
that's a
the
first
other way.
path. I think it's like LinkedIn and stuff like that first.
So we had knocked it out of the path, definitely not the first path, because it was always going to be really local and really specific.
Yeah, I think the yeah, I mean, I think that's the start of it anyway.
Put it in a place where, okay, so you have, if the nationals are out, it didn't mean that the locals in the states were out. So the state medical board events, those can still be in.
It can, but those are very poorly attended.
Yes,
I think it's boots on the ground marketing.
yeah, yeah, because ultimately we have to find the right doctor to bring this in, because that's the biggest misstep is if you choose the wrong doctor in an area,
Right.
this this can tank.
Yes. And then the next thing that I want to add to the list is um like investor, surgeon shares available or referring partner only. Because we want to think about it in terms of like a long-term play. I mean, I understand you never want to be like giving away too much of your thing, but at the same time, I think it changes behavior in terms of referring, but I also think that it helps decrease the risk of competition and competition, not just like another separate type of business, but just doing it within their own practice, like following along and enough of the path to say, okay, I see what you're doing. Now I'm just going to do it here and keep all that within my practice.
So let me see if I understand this correctly. So you want to, let's say I am Dr. A and I refer Dr. M, I get some actual share in the company for
Uh,
referring Dr. M. Is that what you're saying?
no, no. So
Okay.
this would be like, so in the ambulatory surgery center model, you've got a group of surgeons, and then there's a management group, and the management
Yes.
group owns 35 to 51% of the shares. And then the surgeons that are bringing cases to the surgery center have 5 to 7 shares or less. So on the one
This is the
hand,
model we've been talking about. Okay.
yeah,
All
on
right.
the
I
one
thought you were,
hand,
go ahead.
in the surgery center model, on the one hand, you've got the surgeons are, giving away part to a management company, but they're doing all this stuff. After a while, you can, argue whether or not they do enough to earn it, but in the beginning, it's perceived that the doctors can't get everything together and organize it in order to build the business. In this model, it's more of a like if I have ownership in this thing, then I'm going to send all my patients to it. I'm okay with them doing all the other work that goes with these like recovery packages and ancillaries because now I don't have to do any of the stuff, but it the patient's getting it and I'm earning from it from these verticals. And I get it with no extra effort on my part other than sending the patient.
Got it.
It will 100% change the behavior. I feel like.
Okay, so let's talk about the compensation model here while we're on this. So a surgeon pays money to buy in for the
Yes.
right to have shares in
Yes.
OpReady.
Correct.
And then there is a shared disbursement at some disclosed time at an
Yeah, like
interval
in the surgery center, we have a monthly distribution.
monthly. Okay. All
It
right.
could,
So you
I
get
mean,
a
it could be
monthly.
monthly, it could be quarterly.
Okay. Is there any other, in just OpReady, any other revenue path for the surgeon?
Within OpReady.
Yes.
It's just going to be um
And it's fine if the answer is no. Just want to make sure we've thought through it
it's
all.
just going to be the clinic visits and then the packages that are sold. You got total revenue minus cost, and then you've got there's a profit that's achieved, and then each surgeon per provider, we would cap it at like five. So then, like they might have 5%, or if we capped it at nine, they'd have, 5%. Then the management company still has 55%, and the surgeon ownership is 45%.
Okay. So
But
you just
but
said something.
nine engaged doctors referring patients is going to be much more productive than just a few.
Absolutely. But you just said something that's interesting. So when we talked about the operating model before, operating was really only making money off of the clinic visit. You just mentioned the word package.
Right.
So what's the package?
So we have, a good, better, best recovery package that are items that aren't covered by
Okay,
insurance.
so now we're getting into recovery. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's what I thought you were trying to say, but I wanted to make sure there was a clear distinction there. Um, so OpReady makes its money off of the clinic visit, which hopefully gets it to break even. And then its profit maximizer is the recovery protocol and getting people onto the recovery protocol into one of the recovery packages.
Yeah. So that's where you're talking about supplements, post-op laser, uh, recovery tools like Normatec boots and stuff like that. Um, all these different kind of things.
Okay.
What I probably need to put into the brain is the tiers that we developed and how we're trying to think through that process because that's been a little bit slow going. I developed some stuff and I've put it through a number of different models and the feedback was kind of like, all right, like this thing is kind of it's like a box of stuff. It's not really there isn't really like a grand slam offer.
Cohesion. Yeah.
So how do we create like, the offer that's like so good? You feel stupid.
Well, Grand Slam's offers are always directly tied to the bleeding neck pain that I'm in right now,
Yeah.
and the fact that this solves my bleeding neck pain at a quote unquote price point or effort point that's so
Oh, exactly.
ridiculously low.
Yes. These are the value drivers, right? Like, what
Yep,
is the dream outcome? What's the
yep,
likelihood of achieving it? How
yep,
fast can I get there? And then
yep.
how much effort and sacrifice do I have to make to get there?
Exactly. That's the equation.
Yeah. Hello. I'm going to use Taylor's office.
It's the equation. And so, honestly, the transition from a box of stuff to that is positioning.
Yeah. And it's me going through the exercise of what are all the things that people uh, complain about or have objection to or have a problem to solve, and then having this solution, right?
Yes.
Let's see. How do I we don't have a shared brain yet. We got to figure
No,
that
that's
out.
it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're
Probably
going to be
need
hanging out a lot next week, so
yes, and I probably need 2 weeks on it. It's coming, and it's way better than sharing a Claude account.
oh, okay, cool.
Way better.
Interesting.
Way
By the
way.
way, for next week,
Yeah.
there's a part of the day on Friday. I think I told you this, but I can't remember. On that Friday, it's like the biggest day of the year for my girls. They have a
Yes, you
performance
did.
in this theater camp. So I'm gonna I'm gonna have to chunk out in the middle of Friday, but and then just come back when they're done, which should be like I should be back by like 2. I
Okay.
probably have to leave at like 10:30 and be back at 2 to finish up whatever we're finishing up.
Okay. I think Joe leaves at 2 for his flight. I think
Yeah.
it was the only time he can get a flight out. Uh, and it's we'll make it work. The By the time we get to Friday, Friday is an unplanned day, and it's whatever the loose ends are.
Finishing up, yeah. Okay. That's what I figured, but I also figured like that could be some critical time of like finalizing and finishing and making sure shit works right.
It is, and it just depends on how far you get
Yeah.
on the first couple of days, and so yeah. And listen, the I've done these. This is to be the fifth one of these I've done.
Oh, really?
Um,
That's cool.
yeah, and so there's also that level of excitement that hits where there's always one or two people in the room who end up staying up all night and keep working on their app all night long,
Yeah, I can see it.
right? Um, so you may come into Friday in a really great place, and we'll see.
Nice.
And it's not like it ends Friday and you'll never hear from me again. So it's
Yeah, obviously that, but then like I think I signed up for the program that has a little bit of continuation too.
yes, yeah. Um, the biggest thing that you may miss in there on Friday, which we can still do after the fact, is the handoff. So in order to make the event work, you all work in my environment, right? So it's a curated environment that it's server based so that everybody has like you're literally sitting there with a ridiculously powerful server at your fingertips that you're using.
Yeah.
And then you have options of how to do the handoff. And we walk through that on Friday.
Okay.
So that might be, because it usually is a little bit later in the day, the thing that you may miss.
Got it.
I mean, big deal. We can always do that another time.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I might need to talk to somebody here. No. Okay. There's one.
I'm gonna email these notes to you. Uh,
Yeah. So,
Content coach social or a client attraction pros.
client attraction pros, please.
Okay.
This property is gorgeous. I don't know if you've ever been to the Phoenician.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. What's next on our question list?
That was it.
Oh, I thought there was more.
Uh,
There's not more.
Let me just double check. This is what was on the text.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm about to pull over so I can take a quick look at that too.
uh, oh wait. The
Oh,
scheduler is a first class persona alongside the surgeon and patient. And that's a yes.
okay.
And then it said, oh, okay, wait. Scheduler journey map. Oh yeah, there's a lot more. Sorry. I didn't uh
Okay.
I didn't highlight all the questions when I did it. So now we're on scheduler journey map. So
Yeah.
who is the scheduler at the surgeon's practice currently referring? Yeah, so we have a spreadsheet with those names and like when we've contacted them, their email, their phone number, stuff like that. Um, what does her week actually look like? I can map that out for you. The
Okay.
current
Great.
PCP clearance process. What does she hate about it? I mean, I can just quickly summarize that you're pulling info from multiple places that's all coming in at different times. So streamlining that to like one point of contact and one packet is amazingly better. When they first heard about it, most of them are like, "Yes, please God, give it to me tomorrow." Then there's the two steps are like the doctor has to like continue to like okay it slash talk about it with patients and say they're going to go do these steps, and then the scheduler has to send the patient over. What made her route a patient to operating? Um, so there's two types of people. There's the person that is making sure everything gets done and knows it's their ass if it doesn't. And so having, again, like one point of contact and one receiving one packet that has everything done is great.
Yeah.
There's the other one that's the other offices that are kind of like, hey, you go do all this work and bring it back. And like, if you do, you do. And if you don't, great for me. I have less work to do. So you
Yeah.
deal with a little bit of that. Um, their doctors have pushed back a little bit with saying they think that it's going to piss off the patient's primary doctor that referred them and they're afraid to upset a referring provider. But our experience has mostly been the primary cares are thrilled to not have to do these add-on, appointments and dealing with phone calls and like having to hurry up and like disrupt their schedule for what somebody else wants.
Yeah, believe me, I know. I remember that with my son. It was a pain in the tail.
What the scheduler needs to see here experience is just they sent the stuff, everything came back quickly and was complete, and they didn't have any more work to do.
Okay, great. Before we move on to this next section, there's
Yeah.
something that you mentioned earlier that I want to make sure we don't lose track of. So you talked about bringing in nine docs into one op-ready clinic. But what does it take to qualify, and what does it take to get disqualified as a doc in the clinic? And you don't have to have an answer for that right now, but it's something that we need to flag that we need that protocol in place.
Yeah. I would say it's similar to the surgery center. So you qualify by having patients to refer, and then if you would be disqualified potentially, that can be built into the operating agreement that like if somebody is has shares but isn't referring patients and but is collecting a distribution check, eventually that wears thin on everybody that like you're not
Yes.
contributing and you're taking, you know? So that in the surgery center, we just had a mechanism in place that if you were not being a good steward of the surgery center, then there can be a like 75% vote to remove the person.
Okay, so there's a relationship between all of the doctors in the operating center.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, as good business partners.
okay, fantastic. Um, so in this model, they have 45%, but is that a voting 45% or is it?
No, those are Class B shares. They have no say
Got
in
it.
operations or anything.
Got it. Okay. Um, okay, great. I'm sure more questions will surface around that, but those were the ones on my brain now.
Yeah.
Um, this next section about the white glove really came because there were, I think a couple conversations ago, you mentioned that, yeah, we've got some operating doctors right now, but we're not doing really well with them,
Right.
right? And so that brought to the surface, how do we create this amazing white glove service that we nail every single time? Because if we don't up front, they'll
Yeah.
fall off.
Right. Yeah, that has to be in place. I agree.
Um, So you can think through these questions. I don't expect you to have an answer for these right now, and it may not even be you who has an answer for these. This may need to be more brainstorming and more of an operations person bringing in an
Yeah.
answer for these.
Yeah. I'll think this through. I know some of the things that are potentials for problems that we've encountered, and that it will be great to have a thing in place that like, hey, we got a new referral. Let's, knock this out of the park. Which we want that to be for every patient, but we want a special emphasis on somebody on their first try through it, you know?
Absolutely. Um, okay, great. Just in that notes doc that you're going to send me, just put as many notes in there as you can
Yeah.
on that. The logistics of the Claude team account. So let me just kind of give you a preview of where things are and what when I say it would be better, and why I need a couple of weeks. So I have been building Athena.
You've been building a what?
Athena. Athena is, and what's the best way to describe Athena? She is an agent with the same neurological brainstem as me.
Okay.
And I've been building Athena in a way that I can take her and clone her for other instances.
Okay.
So, for example, let me just give you a couple wild examples. Um, I have, um, when I was leaving the hotel, I had an idea and a thought because one of the challenges that me, Ariana, and Colin have had is we've not done a really great job of letting our friends know what the hell True MD is.
Yeah.
And a big part of that was globally, just being completely fair and why we didn't. Okay.
Right.
Um, and so we're at that point right now where we don't care anymore, but we're still in a place where a lot of our friends don't know and understand. And so I was like, so what we need is an explainer video. So maybe we can just send to people a great little explainer video. Great. Well, that explainer video will get created by RC on my team. So I just sent a message to Athena in Slack and said, hey, need you to message RC. We need an explainer video for TrueMD for our friends and partners, people who care about us and believe in what we're doing, to explain to them what the three of us have been up to. Athena took that, synthesized it, put a bunch of data together, and sent a message to RC to have. Okay, no problem. Athena, about an hour and a half after we get off the call, is going to go to Zoom, pick up our meeting, synthesize everything that we've talked about, and update the brain and update everything that we've talked about and plan our next conversations.
Yeah, that's cool.
So at this juncture, Athena knows every single project, large and small, that I'm working on. And she tracks everything. She plans and is on top of everything and is able to create thematic topical maps to show me even the linkages between things that I may have missed.
Yeah, I need one of those.
And then she can send me a daily brief, tell me, hey, this is what we need to work on today based on all the different projects. So I can get all of that project crap out of my head and she's got it all.
Yeah.
So I've been building Athena. My second Athena is going to be for TrueMD, and so that's my test pilot of can I duplicate this for someone else, and then you're next.
And this is not Claude Obsidian.
No, this takes Claude. So the thing with Obsidian, Obsidian is a viewer for um, Markdown files. That's really all it is.
Yeah, it's like it's just a storage, right?
Right, and barely, not even storage. It's just a viewer. It's barely storage. Whereas what I've built here with her is right now it interfaces with Slack. Next, I'll building a Telegram interface. Then I'll build in a WhatsApp interface, and so I can talk to her in any of those channels.
Yeah.
Right? I can also, you're watching a video and you like a video, and I say, hey, store this for me for later.
Yeah.
And she'll
Yeah.
take it, she'll figure it out, she'll categorize it, and then later on, if I'm working on some project that video is related to, she will resurface that video.
Yeah.
So it takes the what people were building in Claude slash Obsidian to a whole nother level
Yeah. Good.
of just complete freakishness. And she's tied into like go high level, right? So she can create calendar, she can email, she can do anything I need her to do,
Yeah.
right?
That's awesome.
Yeah. And she's principle based. So I've also taught her all of my principles and all of my frameworks.
Wild.
So she really is like uh, agent with my neurological brainstem. So she's still a work in progress. And so that's why I said, give me a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Love it.
But that's way better. It's way better than just a Claude co-work that we share together.
Yeah.
All right.
Man. All right.
Anything else we need to
I
cover, my
I have a
friend?
little more work to do on these questions, and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
But I'll be seeing you in
And
a few days.
I'll be seeing in a few days, and you'll get to actually see Athena in action in a few days.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Talk to you later.
All right, buddy. Yes, sir.
See you, man.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.